The Victory of Love, by John Thomas Mawson. Then delivered he him therefore to them to be crucified. And they took Jesus, and led him away. And he bearing his cross went forth into a place called the place of a skull, which is called in the Hebrew Golgotha, where they crucified him, and two other with him, on either side one, and Jesus in the midst. John 19 verses 16 to 18. They took Jesus and led him away, in that the guilt of men reached its flood tide. He bearing his cross went forth, in this was manifested the great victory of divine love over human hate. He was not dragged forth, nor driven forth, he went forth. No man took his life from him, he laid it down himself. The shouts of the rabble smote his ear, and, with a holy sensitiveness, he keenly felt it all, and yet no thought of saving himself was in his heart. In majestic lowliness he went forth, bearing his cross. He knew, to its last bitterness, all that the cross meant. He was not taken by surprise, nor did he go forth on the impulse of a moment. On the night that was passed in Gethsemane's garden he had looked into the darkness and had fully counted the cost. He had talked of it on the holy mount with Moses and Elias. This hour had been planned in the council chamber of eternity ere ever he came, and now he does not draw back. There was no resistance, no regret, and every step he took towards Golgotha shook the kingdom of the devil. And there, they crucified him, and the crucified Christ is God's answer to the devil's lie in Eden. For God so loved the world, that he gave his only begotten Son, that whosoever believes in him should not perish, but have everlasting life. John 3 verse 16. If God had left us to reap the bitter harvest of our rebellion and sin, we could not have complained, but, instead of this, he undertook to dispel the darkness and overthrow the power of the devil by this mighty and convincing proof of his love to us. Satan had made men believe that God was a hard master, gathering where he had not strawed. God has proved that he is full of love by giving the very best gift that heaven contained, even his own beloved Son, to bear the penalty of our sin, and it is when the glorious light of this love shines into the hearts of men that Satan's thraldom comes to an end. Jesus was lifted up upon the cross, and that lifting has declared the whole truth, and we who believe it have been drawn to him. He has become our great attractive center, and the devil no longer holds us as his prey. The lie is laid bare, the darkness of ignorance past, and God has triumphed, for the prince of this world is cast out of the hearts of those who believe. He no longer holds them as his citadel. They have surrendered themselves to the God whose perfect love has been demonstrated in the cross of Christ. How great is the splendor of Calvary! By its glorious light we have been awakened from our night of sleep as by the rising sun at morn. We have been compelled to exclaim, "Then God did love us, after all." The entrance of his word has given light, and with light has come liberty. The curtains of darkness have been torn asunder, and our souls have stepped forth into the day. Science has revealed to us the fact that light, like sound, is caused by vibrations, and with all vibration there is music, and if the auditory nerve were as sensitive as the optic we should hear the music of the light as well as see its beauty. Certainly the light of God's love brings sweetest melody with it, even the melody of heaven, and the chord that was lost in Eden is found again, only the music is sweeter, the strain higher, and the glory of the praise more wonderful, and as we gaze upon him who is now upon the throne, and in whose face all the brightness of God's grace shines, our hearts will be kept in tune, and our whole souls vibrate in responsive praise to the love of God. Nor have we any doubt as to the completeness of the triumph of Jesus, for he is alive from the dead, and his glorious words to us are, "Fear not, I am the first and the last, I am he that lives, and was dead, and, behold, I am alive for evermore, Amen, and have the keys of hell and of death." Revelation 1 verses 17 to 18.